By now you probably heard about monk mode and what it is, but if you don't know what it is, it's basically a certain time period where you lock in and aggressively work towards your goals. I've been monk moding in and out for over 2 years now whilst running my social media marketing agency, and I would be lying if I didn't say that it helped me achieve the success that I've seen with my agency. So today I want to be able to go over my exact monk mode protocol and how I was able to use that in order to achieve all of the goals that I set for myself. And I also want to show you how you can also actually build out your monk mode protocol and implement it within your life. So monk mode is a protocol with extreme self-improvement methods. It is not about simple habits like meditating for 10 minutes a day or not drinking coffee in the first 90 minutes of the day, but it is essentially aimed at people who want to see a significant improvement within their life, or it's for people who are currently stuck in a rut and want to get out of it. So this practice has become widely popular over the years, where thousands and thousands of people used it and developed their own protocol in order to achieve all of the goals that they've set for themselves and essentially turn their lives around. If right now you go ahead and look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs, most of them don't just work every single day or have a very strict routine they follow every single day with no skipping, because that's just boring and not sustainable. But what they do is set up a time period where they fully lock in and follow their monk mode protocol for about 3 months, and then they could rest and chill for the other 3 months. Now in the resting months, they don't really follow the monk mode protocol, and they can basically do whatever it is they want to do and go ahead and party and entertain themselves. But when the time does come for them to actually lock in and get some work done, they do it for 3 to 4 months, basically cycling in and out of the monk mode protocol. And this essentially helps them avoid from burning out, from doing too much work or following a strict routine every single day. Now the monk mode follows 3 protocols that are non-negotiable, meaning you have to do that every single day for the next 90 days. And then you also have 3 extra supplements if you want to add them. With the 3 to 4 non-negotiables, there's no excuses and you just have to follow it every single day, no matter what. And if you fail to do so, you reset back to day 0. Now this is done in order for you to have some type of a consequences for you not following your own promises. And now that you know what monk mode is, let's go ahead and look into my own protocol. So essentially I would have 3 months of the year which I would follow this. And that boils down to 2 monk mode protocols every single year, and then 2 time periods of where I chill, I rest, and I don't really follow it as strictly. And the way in which I decide what my protocols are is I simply look into the future and I look at where I want my business to be in a certain period of time and who I want to become. And then I would simply ask, what would that future self do every single day in order to achieve what they have achieved? And basically I created a shadow self of my dream outcome. Now the shadow self is someone you have to compete with every single day. That shadow self follows that protocol every single day with no excuses. And if you ever fail to follow any of your protocols, just know that that future shadow self is still following those protocols and being disciplined. So once I identified his actions, I then list out my 3 non-negotiables. And that's essentially meditating for 20 minutes a day, either in the night or in the morning, no alcohol or drugs, and then 8 hours of sleep every single day, and I'm awake by 6 a.m. Now these might sound fairly simple to you, but they give me huge leverage in how efficient I was in working on my business. Now with meditation, it helps you analyze your own thought patterns, identify things that stress you out and deal with them, as well as giving you the ability to practice your own focus. No alcohol or drugs. Now that's not an act of drinking itself that I found to be harmful, but the hangovers the next day that would waste my time, and following the next 2 days of not really having the focus that I need to build up my business. And then 8 hours of sleep and recovery. You must know how important sleep actually is for you. especially if you want to get to that 10K per month mark with your business. Because between $0 to 10K per month is where you have to give the most energy to, and you need a lot of time to be able to recover from all the effort that you gave into growing your business throughout the day. Now, these were my first 3 non-negotiables, which I would do every single day no matter what. And the others were 30 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, and then reflecting at the end of every single day. Now, you can look at these as more like supplements to your main protocol. Exercise helps you relieve any stress or anxiety, and it sets me up for the day of long working hours. And then 20 minutes of reading every single morning would help me fire up my brain with new ideas and gave me certain action steps that I could take. And then reflecting at the end of every single day actually helped me measure how productive I actually was and how I felt throughout the day. And basically being able to monitor this helped me plan for the next day ahead. And following these 3 protocols were hard at times, but I would always think of that shadow self and him doing everything there is to these protocols. And whenever there were days that I did not feel like doing something, I would always think of him and think of how he does these things every single day, and he's one step closer than I am. And then I also remembered if I do skip one day, I have to reset back from day 0. So the more you off-put these protocols and the more days you skip, the longer you have to follow the monk mode protocol. And then one other thing that helped me gamify this a little bit is to track my progress. And the way I would do that is just marking dots on days that I followed all of the protocols, and then over time I can see the progress over the 90 days. Now that you've seen my own monk mode protocol, it's time to build out yours. Now remember, this is not about copying someone else's routine, but it's rather developing your own that is tailored to your own personal goals and feelings and who you are essentially as a person. So the first thing you want to do is start by picking 3 to 4 non-negotiables that you have to follow every single day. They should be challenging yet achievable for you, and they should also be directly aligned with your goals. So for example, if one of your goals is to maybe lose weight or gain some muscle, then one of your non-negotiable protocols would be 30 to 60 minutes of exercise every single day. Or maybe you want to get your head straight, so maybe one of your protocols is meditating for 20, 30, 40, however long you want to meditate for every single day. Now just make sure that these protocols fall under you being able to recover, you being able to take care of your mind, and you being able to take care of your physical body. Now next is basically choosing some few supplementary practices that are not as strict as your non-negotiables, and you can think of them as seasoning to your main routine. Now these protocols could fall under the categories of learning something new, reflecting on the day or reflecting on yourself, and also social or digital detox. And the main key to actually make monk mode work for you is through consistency and accountability. So you can use a tracker or a journal to mark every single day that you followed your own protocols, and you can also ask a friend if they want to follow their own monk mode protocol, and you basically just keep each other accountable. And remember, you will have tough days, or you have days that you might not want to follow your protocols, and on those days always think about your shadow self out competing you and getting closer to his own goals. So by following these steps, you can create your own monk mode protocol that's uniquely yours. It's the one that challenges you, helps you grow, and leads you closer to the life that you want to live. And I've used the monk mode protocol in order to scale my new offer in my agency to 25K per month in just 60 days. And I actually do have a whole free training video on how I was able to do that, so go and make sure to check it out. And apart from that, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button for more content just like this, and feel free to comment down below your own protocol because I'll be curious to checking them out as well.